Stop scrolling right now. Imagine standing on one of the biggest drama sets of the year. Cameras are ready. Directors are focused. Hundreds of crew members are holding their breath. The lead actors are preparing for a scene that everyone knows will become one of the most talked about moments in the entire series. Now imagine one unexpected detail. A mother quietly sitting in the corner, watching everything, refusing to leave. No matter how many times she is politely asked, no matter how uncomfortable the situation becomes, no matter how surprised everyone around her appears. Why did she stay? What was she thinking? What happened during those tense moments before filming began? And why did her decision leave the entire set talking long after the cameras stopped rolling? The answers turned an ordinary filming day into a story nobody would forget. The morning that felt different. The filming studio was already buzzing with activity before sunrise. Large lighting equipment filled the massive soundstage. Crew members moved quickly from one area to another. Makeup artists prepared their stations. Costume teams checked every detail. Directors reviewed scenes for the final time. Everything needed to be perfect. This was not just another filming day. It was the day of an important emotional scene. A scene expected to become one of the most memorable moments of the drama. Everyone understood the importance of getting it right. The atmosphere carried a mixture of excitement and nervous anticipation. Then something unexpected happened. Zhang Linghe arrived accompanied by his mother. At first, nobody thought much about it. Family members occasionally visited filming locations. It was not unusual. She greeted staff politely. She smiled warmly. She thanked people for their hard work. Everything seemed completely normal, until she quietly took a seat near the monitors.
And stayed there.
The growing curiosity. As the morning continued, whispers slowly spread through the set. People noticed she had not left. Assistant directors exchanged curious glances. Crew members politely wondered how long she planned to stay. Nobody wanted to be rude. Nobody wanted to make assumptions. Yet everyone was becoming increasingly curious. The schedule moved forward. Rehearsals began. Cameras were adjusted. Lighting angles were tested. Through it all, Zhang Linghe's mother remained seated calmly, observing, smiling occasionally, speaking very little. Her presence became impossible to ignore. The scene everyone was talking about. Eventually, the moment arrived. The scene that had generated excitement among fans even before filming began. A romantic sequence. Emotional, delicate, important to the story. The kind of scene requiring trust between actors. The kind of scene that often creates nervous energy throughout an entire production. As preparations intensified, several people naturally assumed Zhang Linghe's mother would excuse herself. Most visitors usually did. It was considered polite, professional,
Standard.
yet she remained exactly where she was.
Calm.
Relaxed. Completely comfortable. The request. One assistant director finally approached her respectfully. His voice was gentle. His expression was professional. He explained that filming would soon begin. He suggested she might prefer waiting in a nearby lounge area. The room fell strangely quiet. People pretended not to listen. But everyone was listening. Her response surprised everyone. She smiled kindly. Then she shook her head.
No.
She would stay. The assistant director blinked in surprise, thinking perhaps she had misunderstood. He politely repeated the suggestion. Again she smiled. Again she declined. The mystery deepened instantly. Why would she want to remain during such a scene? The reactions around the set. Curiosity exploded. Crew members exchanged glances. Makeup artists whispered quietly. Camera operators struggled to hide their amusement. Even experienced production staff found the situation unusual. Nobody felt uncomfortable because of her behavior. She remained respectful,
Calm.
friendly. Yet her determination fascinated everyone. Questions spread rapidly. Did she want to support her son? Was she simply interested in the filmmaking process? Was there another reason entirely? Nobody knew. The answers remained hidden behind her gentle smile. Zhang Linghe's response. Meanwhile, Zhang Linghe appeared caught between amusement and embarrassment. He laughed when informed about the situation. At first he assumed his mother would eventually change her mind. She did not. He politely asked whether she would be more comfortable elsewhere. She smiled.
No.
He tried again later. The answer remained the same.
No.
Her decision was final. Watching their interaction created laughter throughout the crew. It felt less like a dramatic conflict and more like a family moment unfolding in front of hundreds of people. The atmosphere before filming. As filming time approached, the energy inside the studio intensified. The lighting created a beautiful atmosphere. Shadows danced across carefully designed sets. The scene looked cinematic even before cameras started rolling. Actors reviewed their lines. Directors discussed emotional details. Crew members moved into position. Silence gradually replaced conversation. Everyone focused on the task ahead. Yet in the corner remained one familiar figure, watching quietly, unmoving, determined. The director becomes curious. Eventually, even the director became interested. He approached respectfully, asked whether everything was all right, asked whether she needed anything. She thanked him warmly. Then she revealed something nobody expected. Her reason for staying had nothing to do with supervision, nothing to do with distrust, nothing to do with control. Instead, she explained that she was fascinated by filmmaking. She loved seeing how emotional scenes were created. She enjoyed observing actors transform scripts into powerful moments. She admired the dedication required to bring stories to life. Most importantly, she wanted to witness an important milestone in her son's career. The answer instantly changed the atmosphere. Suddenly, everything made sense. What had seemed mysterious became surprisingly touching. A mother's perspective. She explained that parents often see a side of their children the world never sees. They remember early dreams, early struggles, moments of self-doubt, years of effort, years of sacrifice. To the audience, Zhang Linghe was a successful actor. To her, he was still the determined young man who once dreamed about performing. Watching him work felt meaningful, not because of the specific scene, but because it represented how far he had come. Her words deeply moved those who heard them. The filming finally begins. Cameras rolled. Silence filled the studio. Every person focused completely. The actors delivered their performances with professionalism. Emotions felt authentic. The scene unfolded beautifully. Directors watched closely. Crew members remained perfectly still. Time seemed suspended. When the director finally called cut, relief swept through the set. Smiles appeared everywhere. The scene had gone well. Very well. Applause broke out. The tension disappeared instantly. Laughter returned. Conversations resumed. The atmosphere transformed from intense concentration into celebration. An unexpected moment. Then something unexpected happened. Zhang Linghe glanced toward his mother.
She was smiling.
Not because of the romantic scene itself. Not because of drama. Not because of gossip. She was smiling because she had witnessed something every parent hopes to see. Someone they care about doing what they love. Someone achieving goals once considered distant dreams. The pride in her expression was impossible to miss. It became one of the most memorable moments of the day. More memorable than anyone expected. The story spreads. By evening, stories from the set had already begun circulating. Crew members shared the amusing situation. People laughed about the repeated requests. They talked about her determination. They talked about her kindness. Most of all, they talked about the heartfelt explanation behind her decision. What started as a mystery became a story about family, support,
Pride.
and the invisible connections that remained strong regardless of success. A day nobody forgot. Long after filming ended, many people remembered that day. Not because of controversy, not because of conflict, but because it revealed something genuine. Behind every successful actor exists a personal journey. Behind every public achievement exists private support. Behind every milestone stands someone who believed in that dream long before anyone else did. Sometimes that support comes from family. Sometimes it comes from friends. Sometimes it comes from people quietly cheering from the sidelines. And sometimes it comes from a mother who simply refuses to leave. Conclusion. This story of why Zhang Linghe's mother refused to leave the set during an important filming scene is ultimately a story about family, dedication, and unwavering support. What first appeared mysterious became something deeply human. A reminder that success is rarely achieved alone. A reminder that the people who support us often treasure our achievements as much as we do. And a reminder that some of the most unforgettable moments happen far away from the spotlight. What do you think about this story? If you were in her position, would you have stayed and watched or quietly left the set? Share your thoughts in the comments. Share this story with fellow drama fans. And stay connected for more emotional entertainment stories filled with mystery, excitement, unforgettable moments, and surprising twists.